"The king is dead. Long live the king," is the dramatic pronouncement that echoes through the Colosseum of muscle. But in the case of Christopher Adam Bumstead, the man known globally as Cbum, the crown has merely been placed on a velvet pillow, its weight temporarily relieved from a brow that has worn it for 6 consecutive, record-smashing years, a reign so complete that the very division he dominated is now synonymous with his name. An aesthetic architect whose retirement in 2024 sparked a global tremor of emotion, a tear-jerking farewell that was punctuated by one final, audacious battle in the heavyweight ranks, proving his mastery was never limited by the classic physique weight cap. This is the saga of a Canadian phenom who transcended the niche sport of iron and tanning oil to become a wellness titan, a vulnerable icon, and the ultimate embodiment of the golden era ideal reforged for the digital age. A story that spans from the ice rinks of Ottawa to the blazing lights of the Mr. Olympia stage. A journey not just of physical transformation but of profound emotional resilience and entrepreneurial conquest. A man who showed that the greatest strength lies in the courage to be open about one's deepest struggles and the gritty reality of climbing to the top from a foundation of student jobs and financial uncertainty. The foundation of this extraordinary career was laid far from the spotlight, in the cold, disciplined air of Ottawa, Ontario, where Christopher Adam Bumstead was born on the 2nd of February 1995. His early life was a mosaic of Canadian athletics, involving the youthful fervor of football, baseball, basketball, and most crucially, ice hockey, sports that instilled the competitive drive and foundational strength that would later define his physique, forcing him to learn early on the dedication required to train outside of team practice to achieve his goals. Weightlifting began as a simple hobby, a teenage pastime during his freshman year of high school at the tender age of 14. Initially, there was no grand vision of a bodybuilding destiny, only the simple desire for strength and growth, a quiet ambition that was cultivated during his time at Dalhousie University in Halifax, Nova Scotia, where he immersed himself in physical health sciences, considering a career in physiotherapy, but lacking the definitive passion he would soon find on the stage. Yet, this path was fraught with the very real and relatable struggle of the aspiring athlete trying to survive while pursuing an expensive dream. His pre-bodybuilding life was defined by a desperate patchwork of side hustles, the grinding reality of a young man financing his passion with minimum wage and long hours. He recalled being, literally, in university, studying physical health sciences, not really knowing what I was going to do with my life, a profound sense of vocational drift that mirrored the physical drift of his early workouts. His days were a whirlwind of academia, working at a local gym, managing shifts at a supplement store, the quintessential side hustles of a fitness-obsessed student, and, as he candidly recalled, occasionally indulging in the normal temptations of university life, a period of life that seemed miles away from the strict, almost monastic discipline of elite professional bodybuilding. He wasn't born into sponsorship. He earned his first few checks by sweating in a gym's locker room and clocking out behind a cash register, relentlessly pushing his body while his mind was often consumed with final exams and the next rent payment. This early existence of working multiple low-paying jobs while trying to maintain the extreme caloric intake and training volume necessary for professional bodybuilding was his first great challenge. A silent testament to the raw determination he possessed long before he ever won a trophy. Beneath the student life, the genetic potential was simmering, an undeniable physical response to training that saw him balloon from a lean 170 pounds to a solid 225 pounds between grade 9 and grade 12. His legs, in particular, exploding in size and density, laying the structural groundwork for his future classic physique and setting his proportions apart. It was his sister, Melissa Valliere, and her then boyfriend, the already established IFBB pro bodybuilder Ian Valliere, who first recognized the staggering, almost frightening potential in the young man's frame. A mentor relationship that began not in a formal contract, but in a family bond, with Ian becoming his earliest and most critical coach, seeing beyond the hobbyist to the champion that was struggling to be born, guiding him through the initial stages of preparation and pushing him toward the stage. The leap from hobbyist to competitor was decisive and immediate. Bumstead made his competitive debut in 2014 at the age of 19, a regional-level show in Ontario, competing alongside his sister Melissa, a moment of shared family triumph as they both won their respective overall categories, with Chris winning as a junior. This single taste of the stage, the adrenaline, the discipline culminating in success, was the turning point. He fell instantly and completely in love with the sport, realizing his niche was precisely in the art of muscle display. 2 years later, at the age of 21, his undeniable talent was formally recognized when he claimed the 2016 IFBB North American Bodybuilding Championship in the heavyweight division, instantly obtaining the coveted IFBB Pro card, the golden ticket to the professional ranks. His arrival in the professional circuit was swift and dramatic. The very next year, 2017, he won his first 2 pro shows, the IFBB Pittsburgh Pro and the IFBB Toronto Pro Super Show, proving he was ready for the absolute pinnacle of the sport, the Mr. Olympia stage. His Mr. Olympia debut in 2017 inches. The relatively new classic physique category was stunning, a massive achievement for a newcomer, as he immediately claimed the second-place medal, falling only to the then-reigning champion Breon Ansley. He was only 22 years old, but his physique was already turning the heads of judges, bringing back the tight waist, vacuum pose, beautiful lines, and sweeping muscle bellies of the golden era physique, yet scaled for the modern standard, a deliberate homage to icons like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Frank Zane. The following year, 2018, brought his first major health scare, a moment of profound personal drama that nearly derailed his career, just 4 agonizing weeks out from the Mr. Olympia competition. This was the moment the dream threatened to collapse into a medical crisis. Bumstead was hospitalized due to severe water retention, gaining a terrifying 15 pounds in 24 hours, spending 3 painful nights in the emergency room, the fear of kidney failure hanging over him like a shroud. A subsequent kidney biopsy confirmed the presence of IgA nephropathy, or IgAN, a chronic autoimmune disease where the immune system mistakenly attacks the kidneys, leading to inflammation and impaired function, an existential threat to a career built on physical extremity, demanding a total and permanent renegotiation with his body. Given powerful diuretics and facing a forced, critical reduction in his protein intake, which, for a bodybuilder, is akin to cutting off the very fuel of their ambition, his prep was severely disrupted, his condition compromised. Yet, he persevered, competing under worse circumstances than the year prior, and still managing to take second place, repeating his 2017 result, but under far more harrowing circumstances, demonstrating a mental fortitude that proved as powerful as his physique. This dark period, however, forced him to pioneer a more intelligent and measured approach to performance, hydration, and nutrition, making him a reluctant but powerful advocate for holistic health management in a sport notorious for its physiological risks. Beyond the physical trials, there was the agonizing mental battle. The pursuit of the ultimate physique brought with it a suffocating wave of mental health challenges that Chris later discussed with raw, unscripted honesty. He spoke openly about the crippling anxiety that would accompany him in the final weeks of prep, the overwhelming pressure of performance, the fear of failure on the world's most critical stage, and the inevitable burnout that followed each grueling competitive season, a profound emotional toll that many elite athletes conceal. This candid discussion, notably in his video Mental Health and Bodybuilding, My Struggles, was a dramatic turning point in his public image, transforming him from a flawless statue into a relatable human being who battled his mind as fiercely as he battled his opponents, earning him a level of public affection and respect that no amount of pure muscle could buy proving that true strength often lies in vulnerability. The dawn of the classic physique dynasty began in 2019. Armed with a renewed focus on precise health management, a meticulously refined physique, and a burning desire for the gold, Chris returned to the Mr. Olympia stage and finally defeated Breon Ansley, claiming his first classic physique title. This was not merely a win. It was the start of an unparalleled, historic 6-year winning streak that lasted from 2019 through 2024. A period of utter dominance that saw him repeatedly overcome formidable rivals. A period where his title defense became an annual, high-stakes drama that he never failed to conquer. His reign redefined the division, setting an aesthetic standard that judges and fans alike would accept as the benchmark of a perfect X-frame. During this period of extraordinary athletic success, Chris also demonstrated an acute business acumen and a profound understanding of modern media, skills that exponentially magnified his influence far beyond the gym. Long before his multi-title reign, the Cbum persona was being carefully constructed on YouTube, starting with simple workout vlogs, training splits, and meal preps, a grassroots marketing strategy that laid the foundation for his entrepreneurial empire, showing that the champion who once stocked shelves was now building his own brand from the ground up, brick by digital brick. His entrepreneurial journey paralleled his athletic conquest, demonstrating a mastery over the business of fitness that few bodybuilders achieve. The partnership with Raw Nutrition, which began in 2021, quickly evolved into a co-ownership where he helped propel the brand to immense commercial success. Built entirely on his credibility and a commitment to clean, effective formulas, with his signature Cbum series becoming a top seller on major retail platforms. By 2024, Raw Nutrition had been recognized as the fastest-growing sports nutrition brand and had joined forces with The Quality Group, a strategic partnership that saw Chris become a co-owner of the larger European conglomerate, exponentially expanding the brand's global reach. This expansion included Bum Energy, his functional energy drink launched in 2023, which is rapidly tapping into the multi-billion-dollar wellness drink market. The complexity of managing his career led to a dramatic, respectful shift in his competitive support structure. On the 19th of October, 2022, he and his original coach and brother-in-law, Aine Valliere, formally announced the end of their coaching partnership, a difficult but strategic decision made to allow Aine to focus on his own open division competitive career. This pivotal moment brought in the legendary Hani Rambaud, a leading bodybuilding coach known as the Pro Creator, a man with over 20 Mr. Olympia titles under his belt, who guided him through his final 2 victorious titles. Rambaud's renowned FST-7 protocol and specific training tweaks were crucial in maximizing muscle growth while mitigating the physical stress of IGAN, a delicate dance of pushing the limits without causing an autoimmune flare-up. The finale of his classic physique career was a dramatic crescendo. After winning his 6th consecutive Mr. Olympia Classic Physique title on the 13th of October 2024, a record unmatched in the division's history, Chris Bumstead officially announced his retirement from the category, choosing to exit the stage at the absolute peak of his dominance, a rare and deliberate choice in a sport often defined by long, drawn-out departures, prioritizing his long-term health and new role as a father. However, the king had one final, breathtaking performance for the people. Just 2 weeks later, on the 28th of October 2024, he announced a shocking, one-off appearance in the men's open division at the 2024 EVLS Prague Pro, a farewell gift to his fans and a test of his open-class potential, stating it was simply one more run, just for fun, giving the people what they want, utilizing the exceptional conditioning he had already achieved for the Olympia. The decision sparked immediate, wild speculation among bodybuilding experts, who noted his stage weight of approximately 260 pounds was 18 pounds over his classic physique limit. demonstrating the successful muscle accrual under Rambod. The Prague Pro Finals became a spectacular battle against seasoned open bodybuilders, notably Martin Fitzwater. The showdown was intensely debated, with many fans arguing that Bumstead's superior conditioning and textbook X-frame should have earned him the win. Ultimately, the judges favored Fitzwater's sheer size and muscle density in the open division's mandatory poses. Yet Bumstead's second-place finish was insanely impressive, a stunning achievement for an open debut and a final, unforgettable demonstration of his supreme genetic and athletic quality before he confirmed his retirement from competitive bodybuilding altogether, finally putting his health and role as a father to his daughter, Bradley, born in April 2024, first. His legacy is now firmly cast in the bronze of history, a man who, in the words of 8-time Mr. Olympia winner Ronnie Coleman, possesses absolutely the best physique I've ever seen in classic physique, an aesthetic triumph matched only by his commercial empire and his unwavering commitment to authenticity in a hyper-stylized world, forever proving that the quiet grit of the college kid working 2 jobs was the true engine powering the classic physique king.